Assalamualaikum, dag says Salbona, hi there, and welcome to another smacktastic episode of the Bushi Podcast. Coming to you live from this beautiful, beautiful studio at
Eshimo Studios.
Eshimo Studios at 27 Boxes, Melville. But guys, soos Dimpie Dimpopo altyd sê, ons veel voor ons eie deur. And I'm joined by my lovely co-host. Who is you?
The one and only yellow bone, Dimpy Dimpopo, guys, lattice and mayonnaise. Happy 2025. As Munir C says, shout out to you guys. Welcome to yet another episode on the Bushi Podcast. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Instagram, official Bushi Podcast. TikTok, Bushi Podcast. And follow myself as well, Dimpy Dimpopo. Instagram, real_Dimpy Dimpopo. TikTok, Dimpy Dimpopo. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for the love, for the sharing, for the likes, and everything, the tweets. We appreciate you guys. But with me here also, we have a lovely lady sitting right next to me, looking more glamorous as ever.
Hi. It's your girl, Shauna May, and we are back with another episode on the Bushi Podcast. If you love us, please follow us on all social media platforms. If you want to follow me individually, you can find me on TikTok, known as Shauna May, and on Instagram as Deshauna May. I'll spell it for you, DARSHANA.
Levels.
Yeah.
Levels, the Shana May.
I
Why not
love that.
April? Why? That happened to March. The Shana March.
Who's? guys, before we get into this episode, I just want to bring the viewers back to speed. Because unfortunately, I was not here for the last 2 episodes. Want ja, Enedel is bietjie ver om uit te reis. So
Lenasia South is further.
No, you get the Niger South first and then you get
Okay,
Enedel.
sorry, my maths isn't math.
I know once I reach that point where the animals walks over, dan ken ek that's the barrier. Enedel, Lenasia.
That is we're not gonna get into it. Can you just bring us up to speed? What did I miss? What did the viewers miss?
For you guys that didn't watch, guys, Bobby is my hobby. Apparently, that song is making waves. And I just spoke to Munir C off camera about it, and he said something about the out of space car wash.
Out of space car wash.
And
That's the vibe, yeah.
That's the vibe in Enedale. That's like the conca of Enedale.
Me, I want to go.
Right.
I want to see what this vibe is all about.
Enedale actually has a conca, but it's...
Is it?
What's
it's
a conca?
Not conca, it's conca.
Flame, that flames on the
No,
highway.
No, conca. Not on
What's
the,
a
not the one on the
conca?
highway. It's the name of the place is called Conca.
It's
okay.
an establishment.
Yes,
Oh, okay,
but
excuse us.
It's 10 times better than Conca in Soweto.
But why haven't you heard about any... Ooh, praat je Engels. Hoekom het ons nooit al gehoord van die plek?
Yeah.
That's why, because you ignorant. You constantly thinking about this place as it's a country on its own. That country had the plek met the indoor pool.
In the pool.
Indoor pool. Come
you
to
can
conquer.
use.
Come to conquer Enedale.
But Enedale is dope, guys. Don't make it... You're making people think I have something against Enedale. The only thing I have against Enedale, it's far and the passport gets stamped constantly.
And it is nice.
Maar Enedale is nice. Now you from Lenasia, daar het julle niks hier.
No.
Je ruikt net curry die hele dag. Het is net roeties op roeties. Meatballs and meatballs also.
You know what, ne? I'm not gonna add a comment to what you say, but continue.
Lenasia.
But you know the nice thing.
only
You know the
three
nice
people
thing
in.
about being from Lens, man.
What is the nice thing, please?
You know, our experience with biryani is different.
Yeah, ne.
We did biryani.
Our food
I will
slaps.
call it biryani slap.
Our food, no.
They call it biryani, they call it-
No, a Muslim biryani. Like if a Muslim auntie makes biryani or Indian auntie makes biryani, please.
I did not finish my point.
Okay, sorry.
You know, this girl's interruptions. You all can tell exactly how much garam masala was put in that. You have this like sensitive palate. That just the
We don't measure, we just gooi.
No, I love that
just-
for you.
And with the music that continues playing in the background
What music?
as well.
What music?
Je voeten stinken, je mooi stinkt. Guys, talking about your voeten stinken, je mooi stinkt. We also spoke and done a recap to Samantha as well. And we actually reached out for you guys that doesn't know. I reached out to Samantha. and
Really?
said, yeah, I would like to have her on the podcast.
What did she say?
She didn't reply. I can't my sister
Hy wou bloed tik
the
us.
ref, yeah, the beef is on and the rep came for that girl. She's booked flights in and out. So she's not
I
available.
think I think Samantha would be open to
to join.
to come
Yeah.
on the podcast. We just need to make sure that that there's no mics here. We need to have something else here.
Because
I don't want to say, I don't want to say this is a family show, guys. This is a family show, but yeah,
But we part of Colored Excellence, and we want to push other people forward.
Obviously,
like I was
yes.
saying Samantha on the previous episode that it's like for Samantha trends, so why not have her on a show? And she's one of us.
we like
Yeah.
the buzz.
Yeah,
We
and
like
then
the
and
buzz.
then lastly also we managed to touch on skin, which was a very beautiful episode as well. For you guys that haven't checked it, go check it out. I think it's last week episode or week before last.
Was it last? It was last week,
Yeah,
wasn't it? It was last week because I led that episode.
Yes,
I think it
yes.
was last week.
And we spoke about skin. You just want to quickly recap us on that?
So
It was a
it-
PC something. I don't know. You spoke about a computer the whole thing.
No, it's we basically spoke about PCOS, trying to raise awareness around that, different skin types, also just touching base on how your health matters and what you need to do into making sure that you live a healthier lifestyle, because if you live a healthier lifestyle, it reflects on your body. You see what I'm saying? Not just your skin, but also, for example, how much energy you have, so forth and so forth and so forth. So that was quite interesting.
That was basically the
interesting.
recap, and it
Yeah.
was two beautiful episodes as well. But then now we have to keep up with what's trending, guys, and we know that elephant in the
It's a
room.
proper elephant.
That's a proper
elephant in the room.
News, radio, TV, everything in one. Meneer sê.
Guys, Kelly. I'm.
My mother. Hulle gesê is my ma. Hulle vat 'n picture en sê,
Oh, I see the resemblance now.
So someone,
Low.
I want to touch. I know it's a sensitive one, but before we dive into it, someone posted on Facebook. That's why I say out at Facebook. Daai plek is 'n
That
ander
place,
koerant.
yo.
En goed, hulle like
It's a village.
someone said, hulle is besig hier buite om vir Timpie se broer se suster te soek. hy oorring moet in die kar.
Did you
Say it,
did you see that clip when she got into the police van? Did you see that clip?
Yeah, I saw it. Then she
I also
headed
saw
to
it.
KFC.
And the van shot an instant
I
drop.
didn't say that. I just asked if you guys.
You know,
knew.
like the police when she stepped in here was someone yo, yes, stance is not a crime. Plat op die vloer, bro. Yo, that police van had to. Guys, family show. Do not the views
But,
of.
but for you guys also that doesn't know who Kelly is, Kelly is someone, I think it happened last year or year
Yeah.
before last, the way
Yes.
time flies. So,
Hey, you before last now.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
last year.
Was it last
It's
year?
exactly.
In the
It's
beginning last
exact. Yeah, it's exactly 365 days that we've been, or more than
And
365.
we've been
days.
following the story
Yeah.
Yeah,
of the
and
missing, ne?
yo,
Of the
no,
missing
it's-
Joslin, my sister.
Joslin, yeah.
Yeah, like my sister, as they said. And unfortunately, till this point, I think it's very clear and inevitable that we still do not know
Where she is.
where she is.
Is she
Answers has
alive?
been
Is she
answered.
safe?
Questions has been answered. No, they didn't answer any question.
No,
ne?
no, there's
They're
no
just denying
question.
the
Yeah,
fact,
yeah.
or the truth is not coming
It's not-
out.
yeah.
My problem is this. I saw a video today. Nah, where the police were conducting what they call a inspection local.
Inspection loco.
Inspection local. That's what they call it. Inspection local. Meaning they go and inspect where the crime scene allegedly happened.
Happened,
Yeah.
Right?
365 days.
365 days later.
Nah.
So like that's the equivalent of you lost a 2 rand here in at Ash's studio.
Yeah.
And you come back a year later to
You come back a year later looking for your 2 rand. Like make it make sense. Make it make sense to me on what level, on what grounds was that even called? Like, I mean, there's case files this huge, but they want to go and have an investigation now.
now.
So what were they doing the whole time then? Because it was really the investigation gesien nie, because all over social media and TV sien ons die investigation. Wat het hulle dan gedoen?
Apparently there was
Instigation.
apparently there was investigations, but it didn't lead anywhere. Because if it did lead somewhere, we would have had answers. You get what I'm saying?
So it's basically just one person that needs to say what exactly happened.
I think it's more than one person involved, to be honest with you.
Man, for
But
a
then
man,
where's
I'm
the-
not
it's one
judging, but
within-
for a man, come on, man.
You know, when
Come on with it.
if we dive into the story, because apparently or allegedly how Jocelyn went missing was that she was with Kelly's boyfriend. I think
Boyfriend,
she,
yeah.
Now, okay, I know each and every person is different, right? You comfortable with you. Some people will be comfortable with leaving their child with a spouse or a fan, whatever. But with me, like I don't have kids yet, so I can't speak on. I can just
yeah,
speak
behalf.
on my feelings, right? Like I'm so overprotective over my nieces. I'm so overprotective over my little cousins and stuff. I don't know how I would, just how I would leave my child,
Just anyone.
with just anyone. Okay, I understand it was a partner. I get that, right? But for such a long period of time, you get what I'm saying? Like I would call and see is my baby okay or whatever. Was there checkups done while the child was with her partner? You get what I'm saying? For me, it's a little bit. I don't know.
It's a very
messed up.
yeah. It's one of that. They're building this case like on a house of cards. Every little thing or any little window, any little interruption, whole case collapses. And that's currently where we're sitting at. They need to now prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she had intent.
Tint.
I'm sure like in the evidence presented, that's what's happening. Is she's now being pointed out as this main suspect in this case. But then now it also comes down to this. She was also the first respondent to the case. Before there was even a Kelly, it was a grieving mother, grieving a missing child. So who are we as I don't want to say armchair investigators, who are we as the concerned public to judge this person?
We're not judging. We're just asking questions. I'm asking questions.
Yes.
But it's a controversial thing.
It
that
is a
in
controversial
sense that
thing,
the
yes.
people would like to find out
Yeah.
in terms of she was grieving and then next moment she doesn't care. Because that's what I saw. Remember, I'm always on social media because I just put Wi-Fi in the home.
Yeah.
So- Thank you to Rain, thank you. Even I had problems when but thank you to those guys as well. But then it was a point where she was grieving the one moment, and then the next moment it was like, I don't care. And then the next moment she's overwhelmed, and then the next thing says, Susinora is uitgeblaas. No, I don't know, is it
Just-
an injection?
No. I think it's allegedly she was.
An injection does that.
Allegedly she was on drugs. So when you come off drugs, obviously most now your body is now, it's not. It's going back to the normal form. When you on drugs, it most now you lose weight and all of that stuff. So now that you're not on it, obviously you can verstaan jy nou.
Uitblaas. So you're
Ek het-
saying that
ek het hy
people
woord gesê nie.
people
Ek
that
het
lose
hy-
weight on drugs.
So if
I didn't
so
say-
can I
Have you
so-
ever seen a fat? Have you ever seen a person that's on tuck and fat? Never. Exactly.
I have.
Exactly.
I have. It looks like they're eating the tuck or something.
Yeah. That's I don't know.
It looks like that Nigerian was selling tuck and specials.
And they give her too much. It's like people that smoke weed apparently.
Ja nee, the munchies.
Eat net this. Oh, you
Yo,
know what they
the
call it.
munchies. Hey, yo. You'll even eat your fingers.
Coming back to that, and take note, we're not
Criticizing,
painting,
yeah.
we're not painting
Pointing
this
fingers,
person,
yeah.
we're not pointing fingers, but like take anyone from that environment where Kelly comes from,
Yeah.
in Saldanha, right? We have our own areas exactly like that.
Yeah.
You're in Joburg, you have it in PE.
Port Elizabeth, wherever, Cape Town.
Cape Town, it's something that is very it's a color thing. Let's call it. It's a color thing where we in these little small pockets outside of the main areas, and it feels as though all these problems arise here in these little small areas, but then it's not even a coincidence at this point where it's like how you from P, you from Eldos, right? You're basically 3 provinces apart, but you'll have experienced the exact same thing. So now my question comes down to, is this a coincidence or is this by design?
I think personally, I don't want to decide for Shana as well, but I think colors, we've been stereotyped in that way for quite some time now, for years. Simple example, gangsterism. People out of the blue, if you just say you're colored or you're from Yaldus, hey, bang.
Yeah, but and also your appearance, if you have a gold tooth, if you dress a certain way,
But
if your
even
hair is
black
cut
people
a
also have
certain
gold
way,
tooth,
then
yeah.
people think, nah.
And that's your
he's-
VW, right?
No, these gangsters. No,
categorize
no,
that.
these gangsters don't even drive VWs anymore. They drive BMs and Mercs and Audis. It's no more V-dubs.
And if you look at it, a lot of people always does that. Always drive VWs, they drive Mercedes, BMs, and stuff like that. But it's just over the years, it's been generated in the sense that colored people, whenever you see them, whenever you're around them, in your phone vest. And for you guys that's watching, I can tell you now, ons almal is hierdie dieselfde nie.
We're not.
But now my question is, I don't want to beat a dead horse over the head countless times, right? Where does these stereotypes stem from? How did Aldos come to be? How did the
Segregation.
northern areas come to be?
Segregation.
How did
apartheid.
Gqeberha come to be?
En dit
What?
oorgevat. En dit oorgevat.
No, but it stems from segregation. It stems from apartheid. How did we get? How were we separated? It stemmed directly from there.
With the whites and the blacks.
Yeah, that's why you get
saying
areas.
the-
That's why you get white areas. You get colored areas. You get black areas because we were segregated like that.
So you get the Cape Flats.
Yeah.
So
And
saying
the
the-
Cape
the-
Flats, they don't play.
I
They
like
have
that.
different
I
colours.
like that point. I like that point. The fact that the group areas act definitely.
Played a big part in it. It played a major
It was
part
the
in
genesis. It was definitely the genesis, right? When I was watching this
He's
podcast.
Genesis.
it. The Bible.
Oh,
The Bible.
oh, the Bible.
It was the start. It was the start.
Remember in the Bible, Genesis is the first book.
Oh, I
You
thought
see-
it's a person.
No.
Genesis.
No.
Easy Genesis.
No.
So I was actually watching this podcast. It was the youngster episode with Meg G, where youngster references this. He says that Mandrax was introduced by this doctor called Walter Besson. It was introduced into the.
Oh, you even said
Colour
it in his
community.
songs also.
It was even in his songs. Yes,
Even in his song also.
it was introduced into these communities as a means of not necessarily controlling. No, it was meant to control the population. But then what started happening was they created this sort of economy. And then naturally, everyone that rose to power said, okay, cool, there's a market for this thing. People want this. What happens when there's a demand?
You
just
need
look
to-
at-
they need- yeah,
you
sup-
look at controlling the supply.
Yeah.
And then that's where gangs now stem from. Because now everyone wants a share of this
Wanted the
market.
piece
Yeah.
of the pie, yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's what I said earlier. That's how maybe gangsterism also got introduced
Yeah.
on our streets, where corner to corner. Because ek gaan nie maak dat jy my hoek vat nie. Jy ken
Ja.
dat weed eers te begin daar koop.
Ja.
And one thing also about people that sells weed, I don't have anything against you guys. I'm not saying it's drugs because apparently, I say weed is drugs.
It's
Yeah,
not.
It's
It's
a
used.
herb.
It's a herb.
It's a, okay.
It's
if you-
used for medicational purposes as well, so it's not a drug.
Okay, it's not a drug. Yes, I
not a
I
drug.
agree. with-
I like how they, how they come with
Hulle
these.
sonde, hulle kap op hulle sonde,
Cover
né?
this on this.
Okay, it's not a drug, yes. When you're selling your herb, as jy 'n weed verkoper is, hou op jou customers lieg, asseblief. En sê vir jou customers, die ene is sterker as gister se ene. Dan is dit dieselfde bentjies
As- as-
wat jy gisteraan kan gekoop het. Nou sê jy vir my bra, die weed is sterker as gister se weed. En dan kom jy met die snaakse name Indica. Remember, I'm not a weed smoker.
Sativa.
Sativa, what on the beach?
Indoor, outdoor.
ken nie
Ja,
van-
indoor, outdoor.
Ik ken niet van indica.
Jy
Ik
sê
ken niet van
buite rook,
indica.
hulle sê jy rook outdoor. Sommer die dag as 'n naam. Jy's so hy groot zolletjies. Remember I'm from the Kazi. I see what's happening. Jy's so hy groot Bombay zolletjie by jou.
But
Hoe's die hele mens?
each weed or each strand serves a different purpose, nah? So the one could keep you awake, the other one can relax you, the other one can make you go to sleep. And so it serves
Shana,
a
can I
purpose.
ask you a question?
Kids, we're not
You may
condoning this.
ask a question.
I'm
Shana,
not
can I ask you a question?
condoning
You
anyone.
may
Which strain,
ask.
which strain of weed makes you sell your child allegedly?
It wasn't weed. I know weed is a very friendly drug. Not drug,
Yeah,
substance.
yeah.
Substance, a friendly substance. We don't do so stuff.
But I'm not
anyone's
condoning
age.
anyone. Sorry, see, I'm not condoning anyone to do it. Guys, please hear me out. It's from my side. I'm disclosing as an individual. I'm not saying go after China and then relax or make you paranoid or anything. Any smoking or drinking is prohibited.
This
Especially under the age of 18. Please drink responsibly.
was for this.
And fly, what did I say?
Fly a kite.
Fly high or fly responsibly.
It was for educational purposes. No, I was just educating. It doesn't mean I was doing them things.
Back to the gangsterism with the drugs being introduced.
Yeah, yeah.
So now you have this. You you sort of you have these market leaders now, right? There's already a big market for these drugs. There's these market lead. Worst way of putting it. So they're controlling the supply, and they're gunning for each other naturally, right? But now everyone that grows up in their community, who are they looking up to now?
To those not gangsters, but to those drug dealers, those people that are selling these kind of things. Now it got to a point that it's no more even just weed. It's even
Yeah.
no mirror, as I know.
Yeah.
So to those drug dealers. So then out of their community, out of that, let's say a little elders, out of their community, who's always making the news there?
Who's always what?
Who's always making the news?
Are these drug
Is
dealers?
it the Miss SA? He's a lorry coming out of the trenches. Is it a was it Terra? No, Terra's from Eden Park. It's always the negatives.
But if you look
It's
at
not
the news-
necessarily the fact that we focused on the negatives. It's the fact that it's
It's
because
highlighted.
There's so much.
It's
No, there's
highlighted.
so
And it's been
much
praised.
negative. There's so much negative. So that when these little positives come out, that's why we sort of celebrate it. We sort of hold it near and dear. So no one can be blamed for assuming that just because I come from a colored community,
I do the same things that
Yeah.
everyone does.
you wouldn't be blamed for that.
And do you know who gets affected the most with this gangsterism and the drugs is the community. Especially if you have these rival gangs that are fighting for territory. People, I mean, they don't care where they shoot, how they shoot. Hulle skiet net soos hy. And then then an innocent child gets killed in the process. You know, you get what I'm saying? So it impacts everyone in the community.
So now there's another part of this new economy that was created. The guns, for instance.
Yeah.
Naturally, what happens there is market leaders are like, okay, cool, we now need to enforce our territory. So what happens now? Now there's a new market being created for,
Weapons.
yeah.
The upcomings,
Yeah.
the youth.
So just like that, two products are now introduced into this community, right? Based on one person's decision decades ago.
Yeah.
The
So
generational
may-
curse.
Yeah, generational curses, yeah.
So these generational curses that we're getting at now, we're just perpetuating it. But there's a source. There's a real source. There's a clear link. There's a clear. It was somebody's agenda.
Yeah.
It was somebody's agenda.
So you said it was Joslin's agenda.
Kelly's
Kelly's agenda.
agenda,
So,
yeah.
Steve Biko once said it. The greatest weapon that an oppressor uses is the mind of the oppressed. The fact is, we these crabs, we've been put in this bucket. Some crabs are better than others. But regardless of what crab you are, the moment you want to escape that bucket,
They bring you down. It's like with the red and the black ends.
Yeah.
For example, once you keep it still, hulle sal niks doen nie, but
Yeah.
just shake that thing, then
The
they
sh-
start fighting amongst
fighting.
each other, which boils down to the fact that even in our communities, the people that are not only oppressed, but the people that are always trying to bring each other down, like we always say on this show, is the people that are close to you.
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah.
it's family or friends. And if you look at it years back, we used to fight against certain people, certain congregations, or whatever they call it, certain countries. But now it got to a point in our communities, especially the color communities, where we're fighting and killing amongst each other.
Yeah.
And that leads down to the gang, whatever they call it, territory, and things like that. En ons sien nie dat ons maak mekaar dood en ons verminder mekaar, rather van mekaar opstoot.
that's the problem that we're sitting with. We're sitting with this thing. Now you've created this. We've created this economy. It's a gang economy. Let's call it what it is. It's a gang economy. Because if Elders was a country, the gangsters would be on the Forbes list.
Yeah. Because that's how much money they make.
The
And
gangsters-
they what do they call it? They must now stash it in each different place. So they try to it's like money laundering now, where they try to clean the money. So they
Yeah, we got another-
where they
now we have
open
another
up-
service.
Yeah, open up businesses and they try to clean it through those businesses.
But you know what I've identified, and I don't only think it's in, I won't say Aldos or any, it happens all over, whether it's black, white, colors, whatever. When there's drugs involved, in a certain community, correct me if I'm wrong, most of the times, and what I've learned is that the drug dealers has so much things going on that the youth and the small ones automatically looks up to them
Yeah.
because they're a GTI,
Yeah.
they're a BM and 1, 2, 3. And how does this drug dealers now? Because now we need to look at the solution in terms of how do we vacate them or get them out of a community, etc. But what they have done now is, number one, they work with the police. Number two, hulle het nog glad 'n strategy gekry. Net asseblief julle moet my nie kom soek nie. They do what they call giving back to the community with that money.
And then you get the
I don't know.
loyalty. Then you get the loyalty
Then
from
you,
the community.
then you get the loyalty. Daar is no hoe mense ook wil sometimes. I'm not saying julle word in die gesigte gevat, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I was going to suggest that there's the other side of the equation.
Yes, it is what it is. Because at one point, if I give you something to eat as die police kom, jy gaan niks sê nie.
Yeah.
So, where's our kids? Waar los ons kinders? Dis hele kind van hy tannie wat iets gevat het van hy drugdealer. Waar los ons kind môre?
Yeah.
Lê die kind daar in die straat en due to an incident that happened, that same corner where you got the food parcel from,
Yeah.
knows it no like, ja, hulle verkoop maar alle jare hierso. Hulle doen die, play die kinders sê 1, 2, 3, then it's already gone for a pak rice.
But it naturally happens then.
And it happens in every community.
Yeah.
So, out of all of this, we've tracked our source. We know now what's going on within our communities, right? So now, the simple fact that we're all in survival mode, right? We're all in survival mode. Would you say that's one of the reasons why a little lighty that wants more still can't get more? A little lighty that wants to make it out of this community still can't.
Some of them can, but it's like love, it's blind. Because now if you wake up in the morning and you're exposed to these kind of things in the community, ek meen as ek gaan uitkom by die hek, hier verkoop hulle dan nie. Daar by die hoek ek verkoop.
Hulle daar.
Automatically my brain is programmed to say that this is as far as it goes.
Oh, it's normal.
It's normal.
They program it into making us think it's normal when it's not.
That's why we need to start creating and start implementing programs, etc. and stuff we've been trying for over the years and try to make as much successful stories come out of the all negative that people are always talking about.
Yeah.
As iemand vir jou sê, ja, is dangerous aan, moet nie gaan elaborate en sê, ja, dit is nou die ander week toe skiet hulle weer vir wie, toe jag hulle weer vir wie en goed te zijn, you understand? And that's what a lot of us trying to go fit in. As Shana vir my sê, ja, hulle is dangerous, hulle skiet net mense daar. Ja, dat weer gister weer 4, 5 mense geskiet, you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why ek verstaan nie hoekom elke corporate place or every company, for you guys that's watching, you'll know it sitting there at home, dat daar by die werk wat jy is, dat hy een African broer wat net wil jou kassie toe kom. I wanna come to your kassie.
That's because, and this is in my humble opinion, the reason why your African brother at work wants to come there by your casting is because colored girls are fucking beautiful, guys. Colored girls are beautiful. Definitely.
Yeah, but we're crazy. Colored girls are beautiful, but we're crazy. So
you heard
it comes with the package.
You heard it from someone that stabbed a few guys.
And they're not stabbed. Definitely not stabbed. But even if I did stab, they liked it.
But not only the girls are violent, sorry before we go over to the
They
next
liked
subject.
it.
Not even the girls.
Naturally, we
Die
as
ouens
gents.
van-
No, we
Ja,
as
die
gents
ouens,
are.
hy kap hom in 'n byl en dan as die vra as ek vra hoekom het jy hom gekap? Nee, hy sê hy was net moeg. Hy het nou die weekend met 'n byl gekap. Nee, Chommy, hy was net moeg toe kap hy met die byl.
I think that's a topic we can dive into on our next episode in terms of interpersonal relationships and that.
Yeah.
Definitely that. But coming to it, we as gents are naturally, we are violent by nature. As a man, if you...
We're very not violent.
Very
I think-
territorial.
Yes,
Yes.
violent is a very
Yeah,
big
I
word.
wouldn't say
We're very-
violent.
Yeah, we're very
Yeah.
territorial.
Very territorial.
what I'm saying
Territorial.
is not just our ability, but our propensity to commit violent acts is
Always like
Oh
that.
yeah, and, like that, instant, simultaneously.
no, like legit. I can clap you now and I can sit normal. No problem.
Gender-based
Would-
violence.
With girls, you all think you can moor a grown ass man like
Facts. Because there's so much in our little bodies. You
you
know?
think you can.
I think you got used to the fact that as jy gaan speed, jy gaan nie geslat word nie, because
Exactly.
most of the time in situations, vrouens speed meer as wat die man speed van hy ken. Daai ander man gaan nie vir haar slat, hy gaan die man wil slat. En dan wat doen ek by die man is, ek gooi my uit.
Like I said, next episode for that one.
Sy motto.
But coming to it, you mentioned the fact that the light is now look up to these gangsters, and not just that, the gangsters themselves, they call it the Robin Hood effect. You're a criminal, you taking all these you've taken all this riches from the community and you're pouring it right back in, which is it's philanthropic. It's selfless on a surface level, but it's selfish because it's strategically done. It's how you buy loyalty from these people,
In the community.
from the community itself. But then now my question is this: what if we were to come in, create our own market within these communities? What if we were to run a new sort of economy where we want to uplift, where all that money that you're giving the tavern owners, that you're giving the drug dealers, that you're spending on clothes, you're investing it in your own education. You're investing it in learning a skill. You're investing it in wanting to become, wanting to own the things that these people have, but without having to look over your shoulder.
But if you want to be okay, I like where you the idea that you have in regards to the positivity that you want to put in the back into the communities. But if you look in this day and age, right, education it doesn't get you far, even if you have it, right? You can have a degree, you can have honors, and it shows. There's so many stories on TikTok where graduates and people that have honors are sitting at home for years, because they can't find a job. So telling the youth education is the key is a lie. Even though it helps you, even though you that qualification makes you better, makes you wiser, but it doesn't guarantee you a job. Not in this day and age. You need to know people, or you need to go through a learnership, or you need to go through an internship. But just a degree alone, it's not sufficient.
But hear me out. That's where we come in.
Sorry, before you jump, also before I forget, I like what Shana is saying with in terms of the education part, right? Hulle het altyd gesê, ja, jy moet school toe gaan, and then at the end of the day, there's nothing that happens after matriek.
Exactly.
Jy soek nog steeds vir werk, jou CV het jou anker gevat, 5 jaar terug het gesê, gaan sien wat kan hy doen, hy is nou nog weg met die CV. But it also boils down to the fact that, sorry for bringing up the negative, the influence in our community is so high that there's not even a word anymore of peer pressure. Peer pressure doesn't even weigh anything anymore. Ons kan nou nie weer vir so en so blame. And that's what parents need to understand. Jy moet ophou die chommies blame en goeie. Yes, show me your friends, I'll show you who you are. But I mean, as an individual, as a young adult, as a young teenager, 1 to 3, ons almal kan ons eie decisions maak. Op die einde van die dag.
Correct.
You are obligated to say yes, or you are obligated to say no. But because the influence and stuff, it's so high, like I said earlier, it's te veel oppermens, because we also every day trying to just fit in. So I'm not saying I'm pointing fingers or I'm keeping me better. I'm not blaming anyone, and but the influence is too much.
And some people crack under peer pressure. You may be strong, I may be completely weak. I can say now, yo, let's go for this. So you will, for example, if you have a strong personality, or you how do I say, you can say no, then you tell me no, I don't smart to do this, I don't smart to do that. But if you're someone that struggles with that, you're gonna cave in situations where you feel like you pressured.
Low self-esteem issues and all of those things.
Those are obviously just
Acceptance, wanting to be accepted.
Acceptance, that's a word also.
those are always just symptoms of the grander disease. But right, what I'm saying is, we're here to offer the cure. What if those same people that's spending 50 rand, 100 rand, 150 on drugs comes to a Dimpy Dimpopo? Dimpy, I want to be like you. Here's a 150. Mentor me.
Yo, ik heb geld maken hoor.
And that's
Dank je voor de 150.
Let's talk about it like that. Let's talk about it like that. On a level like that. We're not saying go take out the student loan of 30,000-40,000. No. Kom reguit na Dimpy Dimpopo toe. Hier's 'n klip by elke maand. And Dimpy comes, He hosts seminars every week. You now attached to this network that Dimpy has. Now Dimpy, he's a singer. I know this girl. Here's Shana. Here's your next feature on your song. He give a rap. Das meneer C. You get what I'm saying? It's like you said, network is important. Network is important. And this mindset of, education, it's not leading anywhere. Because what's happening is people are going and they're spending 4 years only to realize that they learned nothing and that the degree that they've gotten is in service of nothing.
Yeah.
I don't want to point out some courses that are just plain out scams. What I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to get people out of that mindset of thinking that you have to go there. There is a shoestring approach for it. And that's what we're trying to push for. That's what we're hoping to do with this Bushi pageant.
Yeah.
So I hear you, and then I like the concept and idea that you said they must send me money. I'll really appreciate the one.
Yes! Send DP or 150 or 200,
But
yes!
also on a serious note, what if we try to implement these things, but only one can do that much, as
Yeah.
much?
Yeah. Yeah.
As much, you
Yeah.
understand? And sorry to put it in this way, everyone likes it, but sorry if it sounds harsh. Onze mensen like free goed.
Oh, no, we do.
Want ek like free goed.
We do, even me.
Ek very lieg. So if we can come together, especially as a public figure, and I'm saying it here proud and boldly, as a public figure, as a well-known character in the community, I would like to one day receive your 150, if 200, and it's fine. But I also like to one day do these kind of mentorships.
Yeah.
Do this kind of sets. What do you call it? Seminars. Do this kind of comedy shows where we actually get upcomings out of the community, out of that street that you feel like, because he's yelling, I want to be like him. Show you a brighter vision. Okay, I'm bright, but show you a better way of living. But as I was saying earlier, I could only do it as much as
Humanly possible.
humanly possible.
Definitely.
Hence, we also need the likes of the community also to come in support. And that's also another thing that before I do close or say anything less, there's also another thing when it comes to community, on supporting mekaar genoeg nie. Because if I want to try something like that, whether there's money involved or not, as either situation van 'n hom beter
Yeah.
of wie dink hy wie is hy. You
But
understand?
Dimpy, then all that's happening here,
Wel hy nog geld maak met ons.
your only obstacles is going to be the same symptoms that I mentioned of the growing disease. But it's up to you as the change agent to move regardless. Because the reality is this. You've had a 4-year career, right?
Ooh,
You've had a 4 or 5-year career.
8 years.
You've had an 8-year
Oh,
career.
you're making an example.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's making, it's not specifically
Oh,
speaking
I
to
have
you.
a
No, let me be
I have a
specific.
catalog of
Let me be specific. Dimpy, you've had an 8-year career,
Yes, sir.
right? At your shows, 90% of those people were colored. 90% of those people were colored.
Amen.
So it's good and well we can say, hey, we don't stand together, what. But the reality is this.
You mensen bly you mensen.
Your mense bly
Bly
jou
jou
mense. And that's what we're going to push towards. We're going to push those that wat free soek, goed te soek, fuck off. Maklik soos dit. But those that want to see a change, not just in their community, but in themselves, are going to take it.
You see where I saw how the community came together. I forgot this girl's name,
More
and forgive
justice.
me. No, I forgot this girl's name. She was on TikTok. No, she is on TikTok. She had an incident with a principal harassment. Yes.
Oh, yeah, the short
Yeah,
lady. I
I'm
don't
so
know.
sorry if I don't remember your name, but I do remember your story, and that's important.
very touching.
So when this story came out, the colored community came out in the masses and demanded justice for her. That's why I can say, I can agree. When we stand together, we stand together. When we want to step up for each other, we step up for each other. That's what I saw. That's the prime example that I saw.
It doesn't have to be beneficial or
Correct.
anything. Because
Correct.
people from all angles does actually come out and protest.
Allegedly with the principal, sorry.
Yeah, with the principal.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Even with Joslin also. a lot of people came
We
out
came out.
and supported and things like that. And I mean, if we can constantly stay like that and do those kind of things, ons kan lank al
We're
ver
unstoppable.
gewees het.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Ons kan lank
2
al ver
months.
gewees het. Guys, unfortunately, we have come to a conclusion. Very good episode, very good topics, very good pointers that we've raised. And I would like the fact that you guys that are watching, please listen carefully that we can actually change the narrative, not as a community, but also as yourself. It's a boy, Dimpin Popo. What man you see, the one and only hit maker, Shana May. We are on the Bushi Podcast. And here as a family, we always say, we are not bougie, we are Bushi.
Bushi.
Bushi.